So over the last year, our nonprofit has grown immensely. We formed a board. In June, we got our 501c3. So we are officially off the ground and moving. This is our second dog placement, our first one right here at home in Minnesota. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna bring up each one of my board members and introduce them. They're gonna stand off to the side here. Then I'm gonna bring up Troy's girlfriend, Tina, who is gonna read a testimony from a coworker and a friend of Troy's. And then we're gonna bring up Becca, Troy, and Cato, and we're gonna do it right here. So before we do that, I need to hear you guys. Are you awake? All right, hooah! All right, so starting out with my secretary, Amanda Levette. She's the backbone of our organization and does all of our administrative stuff, our Facebook, our website. She helps you guys register. She does all of that. So without her, we wouldn't be what we are. So thank you. Next up is my vice president and a good friend of mine, a brother of mine in the Red Knights, Joe Von Toma. Again, another solid guy, a firefighter from Montrose, very good friend of mine. Couldn't do what we do without him. Next, Brian Gilman. He's our treasurer, handles all the money, all the bills. Good. And last but not least, my best friend, my father, my everything, Ted Dowdy. So our organization raises, trains, and places service dogs with veterans and first responders. However, we do not ourselves have the skill set to train these dogs to the level that they need to be when it comes to invisible wounds. So when it comes to that kind of training, we rely on our partners. Solid Canine Solutions has been here all day with Lacey. Corey is phenomenal for consulting, bouncing things off of him. He's been very helpful for our organization. I want to give him a shout out. Thank you for coming today, Corey. Becca and Don with Off-Leash Canine Training, they have been vital to what we do when it comes to the dog training. They are the professionals. They're the ones that put the work in with these dogs day in and day out. As you've seen here today, a couple presentations. Don's excellent at protection dog training. So if you're in the market for it, look these people up. They'll come right to your house. They'll help you. They'll guide you. They're not going to steer you wrong. They're professional people doing a great job. Thank you to you two for what you do. All right, with that said, Tina, would you like to come up?
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. Matt reached out to me the other day to read an email from a coworker of Troy's, so I'm going to share that with you today. He says, "Hello, my name is Joe Blank, and I had the honor of working alongside of Troy Teff at St. Paul Fire Department on Rescue Squad number 2. Anyone who knows Troy knows he loved going to fires. He could outwork anyone on the fire ground and frequently did. Troy took part in many high-profile rescues on the squad, and it was those types of events where officers took notice of Troy's abilities to lead and work. When we were at a fire, he was all business. He knew what had to be done and didn't wait to be told. He was always one step ahead." Troy and I studied up for the captain's exam together. For 2 years, he was a relentless student of firefighting and fireground command. We scored in the top 3 on the exam out of almost 90 candidates, and I know I wouldn't have done so well without his help. Sorry. On a side note, Troy had a perfect score on the simulation exam on how to run a fire. He was the only one to accomplish that. Anything he puts his mind to, he achieves. Of course, Troy has a big personality to match his size. He always has a grin on his face and usually has something to say under his breath that'll make the whole room bust out laughing. There are more than a few Troy Tough stories that'll be told around St. Paul Fire Kitchen tables for years to come, and every one of them will light up the room with laughter and head shaking. The best time on the fire department is working on the back of a squad as a firefighter. My time on the squad with Troy will always be the best memories of my fire service career. Thank you for taking the time to recognize Troy's service to his country and community. The award of Troy's Service Dog is a fitting tribute and a great way of giving back to Troy for all he's given us. Troy, come on up. I love you, honey.
All right, so next I'm going to give the microphone to Becca, who is the owner of Twin Cities Off-Leash Canine Training. She's worked with this dog for over a year. She can talk a little bit about that process.
Hi everybody, thank you for being here. So about 10 months ago I got in contact with Matt, and I just happened to have gotten Cato and his sister. Cato was a good fit for the program. He just had the right temperament, and after 10 months of work and meeting and working with Troy for such a great cause, I couldn't ask for anything better, and I'm more than excited to hand him off to Troy, and knowing that he's going to do what Troy needs him to do essentially, and help him, live a better life and help him the way he's helped everybody else. So
all right, so now we're going to have a word from Troy himself. We got to have a speech, right?
I just want to say thanks to Matt and everything he does in their organization. It's great. It's amazing. It's hard to talk about, but you guys do. Everyone in the group does great work. And Becca and Off-Leash Training for helping out is amazing. I'm sure I got a lot more to say, but it's kind of... I'm very happy, so thank you.
All right, let's give him a standing round of applause, everybody. Come on, this guy served our country, served our state, served our community. Let's give it up for him, huh? All right, come on by. Congratulations, brother. All right, so at this time, we've given away the trophies for the bikes and the cars. We've given Troy Teff an amazing gift. Troy, come here, please. I can't forget to give him the stuff that was donated to us for him, right? Okay. From the Air Force and our organization, this bag has tons of stuff in there for you. Air Force, Firefighter, and PTSD related. This is a gift from the Air Force in Monticello Recruiting Office and our organization. With all the flags that we have, hold on, Troy, we're not done with you yet. We also had this flag donated and made from Elk River Woods. I'm sure you all are familiar with who he is. This was handcrafted for Troy, sent to us to give to him today. Thank you, Elk River Woods, for donating this to Troy. No problem, buddy. I got the box for you. All right, so with that said, we are done with Troy now. Thank you, buddy. All right, so silent auction will be closing right about now. So if you are bidding on stuff and you may be a winner, I need you to go inside and check with the gals at the table. We can take cards, we can take checks, we can take cash. Let's have a good time. Thank you everybody for coming.